Today we have a great show for you. We're talking about Made in Montreal. But first, let me introduce you to my panel. So we have Sandra. Hi, Sandra.
Hi. Today I'm talking about movies in Montreal that are set and filmed in Montreal and who produces them.
Oh my God, I look forward to that. Kara.
Hi. So we know Montreal is great for innovation. I'm going to be telling you about some great apps that you can be downloading on your phone.
Awesome. And we have a special guest in studio with us, Jean-Sébastien Xiao. He is co-founder and CEO of Suitablee.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be here and to be able to talk about my entrepreneurship journey.
Perfect. I'm going to talk with my special guest, Jean-Sébastien Xiao. So let's get started. So we're here with Jean-Sébastien Xiao, co-founder and CEO of Suitablee. Hi, thank you for joining us.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here.
So let's get started. So tell us, what prompted you to start your business?
Well, you know, I worked as a consultant for about 10 years. And one thing that I always noticed was that people always wore amazing suits. Whether you were in Montreal, New York, Florida, South America, people always had amazing suits, and that would differentiate you from the rest. And so I wanted to get a tailored suit. I wanted a custom fit. I'm not tall. And so I went to Vietnam, which is where my mother is from. And I realized when I was there that the workmanship is tremendous. It's great over there. And so I started to get my stuff tailored over there. The workmanship was great. The speed was great. And so I said, we need to be able to bring this type of concept back home. However, in terms of pricing, we need to do something about it. It's not normal that we go from $400 or $500 in store to all of a sudden having to spend $1,500 to $2,500 for a suit. And so we said, let's build a company that'll allow people to get affordable custom menswear through either online or by appointment.
But why Montreal, though? Why did you decide to set up here?
Well, because Montreal is my home city.
Yeah.
I love Montreal. I'm always going to consider myself a Montrealer. And so, you know, there was an opportunity as well in Montreal because a lot of my colleagues at the time were asking, hey, where do you get your suit? Well, I get it tailored. Okay, can you make me one?
Yeah.
So I started to do some on the side for some of my colleagues. And so it started to become a passion until demand started to go up. And I said, you know what, let's start this business.
So it was not a childhood dream, actually.
It wasn't a childhood dream. I grew up as in an immigrant family, my mother being Vietnamese, my father from Mauritius. And so I had one choice, which was, well, three choices, either to be an engineer, a doctor, or a lawyer. I chose the engineering route. And so as you get older and as you start getting more experience, you start to realize what your passions are. And so one of the things that I realized was my passion was menswear.
Menswear, nice. But was it hard to start a business here in Montreal? Because I mean, there's so many companies who start strong, and then, you know, in the news we see like some of them closing shop, Bedeau closed shop, and then Jacob, but then you decided to start a business here.
It's a very, very good question. One of the things that I learned starting a business is that you have to be lean. In today's world where you're dealing with Amazons, you're dealing with, you know, eBay, all of the e-commerce online, it's very, very difficult to compete. And so one of the business model that we came up with was one with no store.
That's what I liked about it.
We'll never have a store. It's part of the business model. And so rather than charge our customers overhead, you can either order online, enter your measurements, or get measured, or we'll send a tailor to your home. And so what that does is it eliminates a lot of the overhead costs that we have, and we're able to produce suits that are of amazing quality at an extremely affordable price. And
talking about quality and prices, one concept that I thought that differentiate your store from others was that you use the iPad scanner. Like, what is that about?
Right. Well, being an engineer, so you never lose what you study, right?
Yeah.
Being an engineer, I wanted to incorporate some sort of technology into our business. And so what we decided to do was, in person, we've developed a software that runs on an infrared camera that basically takes a 3D scan of your body. So in the past, where you'd have to meet a tailor 3 to 4 times and adjust your suit, that would be very time-consuming for customers. So what we decided to do is, let's develop this technology so that we'd only need to meet you once, and 95% of the time, our customers get a perfect fit near the end. We're trying to bring that same concept online, so we've developed what's called Measure Me, where people can send us 3 images of them, and we're able to extract their measurements because, you know, consumers are getting lazier and lazier. They want to sit at home, eat a pizza, order online, and have themselves measured.
But so that's an amazing concept that actually, you know, stands you out from other stores. But I want to know, what are some other challenges that you faced when you started this business?
There's a lot of challenges. It's very hard to sort of pinpoint one, but
In terms of finance,
Yeah.
did you use funds or?
I didn't. I'm traditional. My parents brought me up as being in a very traditional home, and so borrowing money sort of came last. And I said, you know, if I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I want to be my own boss. I don't want to have too many lenders telling me what to do. You suddenly become an employee again.
Yeah.
So I said, so I did. I lived at home with my parents until I was 28 years old. I saved up a lot of money, so you know, you live off that at the beginning, and that's sort of the challenge. You have to have enough money saved up.
Thank you so much for being here with us. This was wonderful, and people can find out more about your store on suitablee.com. Thank
Thank you.